Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are currently preparing for the match RoboTeam Twente versus Tigers Mannheim. And since we are already starting, the game is running. And on the left side of your screen, you have the Tigers Mannheim as the blue team. And on the right side, you have the RoboTeam Twente as the yellow team. Currently, the ball has left the field, and Tigers are placing it back in. If they succeed at this and they get a free kick, they will be allowed to kick the ball. Yeah. Let's see. There's still some ball placement going on because the ball left the touchline. That was a very long pass for a ball placement. Seems like maybe Tigers are having some sort of problem with ball placement. Nope, that ball. The game is currently running. Okay, RoboTeam took the shot, and they're going. Oh, good chip by the Tigers, but RoboTeam's keeper intercepted the ball. The match is currently halted. One of the RoboTeam Twente's robots, that is not the keeper, touched the ball while inside its own defense area.
I know why it was halted. Because RoboTeam Twente had to do ball placement, but they failed, and then Tigers had to do the ball placement. And they succeeded, but the indirect free kick still went to RoboTeam Twente, while in fact it should have gone to Tigers Mannheim.
Yeah, I was confused by that as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's a rule, but the game controller operator says that the direct free kick is then going to the first team,
okay, so
and that's wrong.
So it was an error by the game operator.
Yeah, he should have pressed indirect for Tigers.
Aha.
But I think they're discussing it now.
Always those pesky game operators.
Yeah. Okay.
It looks like we're getting ready to resume the game.
Yeah, and I think it will now start with Tigers kicking off. Yes.
Yes, indeed it will. Tigers getting into a good position for a kick.
Ooh.
Oh, the RoboTeam Twente keeper
Is
stopped the ball
again
going
the
in there.
star player, but this time it is not Ultron. Ultron, our star player of our first game against Air Force, has unfortunately
Perished.
died a bit.
His
So now he has been replaced.
the fame went to his head.
Yeah. He
A small price to pay for salvation.
was living the rock and roll life. They told us he got drunk. I see that Koen, on the other side of the field, is wearing a RoboCop sweater. Didn't know
Interesting.
that was a thing.
Well, yes, you can get like personalized merchandise and such.
Yeah.
Currently, the RoboTeam Twente is placing the ball so they can have a free kick.
In the top of the field, you can see our team leader crawling on the floor to get a cable.
Such is life within the RoboTeam Twente.
Very happy that we have this on stream.
Game is currently halted.
Because both teams failed at ball placement.
And
It's
once
probably
again,
because the ball is in the corner.
it's in that same corner at the right bottom of your screen that you can't even see because the camera is, it's just out of view of the camera. So the ball has been placed. And Tigers will start with a kick. They chipped the ball over
And
one of the
they
RoboTeam
kicked the
Twente
ball
balls.
out of the field.
So now, okay, that is
Yeah, that is a valid ball placement.
Okay, and now RoboTeam Twente will take the kick. The teams do not agree on... Okay, that was a bit confusing. Because we have two other referees.
Ooh, and there was a goal by Tigers.
The other referees there disagreed on which team made the ball exit the field, so that's why it was a bit unclear.
Ah, so maybe it's not a valid
Maybe not.
goal.
Yeah, no goal.
Ah, it's not a goal. Unfortunately.
I don't know exactly why it's not a goal and why we are starting from that side, but... Alright. Let's see what we're going to do now. The game is halted and we are going to start from the kickoff position, and the goal has been awarded to Tigers Mannheim, so...
Oh, it has. Oh, I thought he said no goal.
I also heard no goal, but I guess we will see. Kickoff yellow. RoboTeam Twente will try and kick the ball. Nothing is really happening right now. Okay, yellow has not kicked the ball. Yellow meaning RoboTeam Twente within the seconds they had for this. So now Tigers Mannheim is allowed to...
Well, I have to say, it's been more than a minute and we haven't gotten a single yellow card yet, so this is quite the match.
A very good game for RoboTeam Twente so far. Except for the fact that they're losing. Nice chip by RoboTeam. That was a very fast collision.
Yeah, but okay.
Good ball control by Tigers, but I think the RoboTeam pushed...
kicked the robot out of the field. We're currently doing ball placement.
Let's see what the referee says about that. It seems like... okay. So... Tigers trying to do ball placement, but it's kind of going all over the place. What I've noticed is like sometimes Tigers, when they do ball placement, they try to pass from one robot to another, and they make really long, extreme passes that are unnecessary for placing the ball. Actually,
they have 5 seconds left now to place the ball. And they made it.
They made it.
Nice.
What? Okay, RoboTeam Twente interfering with the kick. Seems.
And we got a yellow card.
RoboTeam Twente got their first yellow card.
Oh.
They have to remove one robot from the field for 2 minutes.
But it was after a minute and a half, so I'm quite proud. Gotta say. Also, our robots look really cute and kind of scared, with half of their faces taped off. And Tigers is just looking like they're ready to destroy everyone that gets in the way.
So let's see. Referee placing the ball manually.
I hear our team discussing that the lights of the robot are interfering.
Really?
Yeah, there is a ball spotted next to the robot because they have red eyes.
Oh.
Yeah, they're creating a projection on the floor.
That is quite a problem.
That is a problem. Maybe our yellow card is then taken.
Okay. Seems like the road handler of RoboTeam is placing the ball himself. This is very unconventional, but if the referee allows it. Okay, it seems to be they seem to be discussing the vision problem. So I think it was giving an example or something. I don't know.
I don't know if the Tigers can turn off the lights of their robots though. Or maybe we can see it if we go to the. No.
What are you trying to see?
the eyes of the robots.
No, they currently turn off during because the game's halted. And the game has been halted for quite some time now. There's some heavy discussion at the referee desk about vision problems and rules and such things.
Same old, same old.
As always, at the RoboCup, where 10 minutes is never 10 minutes.
Mhm.
We would like to welcome back our our returning viewers. Okay, timeout for the Tigers. Seems like they need to fix some of their problems.
I think they're gonna turn off the lights.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Probably. Although the lights look really nice, if they are interfering with the vision software, that then it's definitely not allowed.
Yeah, I talked with Andre before, and he said that the lights were actually too bright. Like he wanted them to be less bright. So
Yeah.
maybe. But it hasn't been a problem until now, and I don't really know why, because we have no windows here, so it's not that it's suddenly darker than
Yeah.
usual. Don't know.
Okay, we're still in timeout. Seems like the timeout counter has been restarted.
Oh.
It seems like they're going to be changing the robots.
They are taking the robot with the lights out.
Okay, end of timeout.
Unsure what they are doing right now. The robots of Tigers are really just colliding with each other a lot.
They're
But
moving all over the place. Oh, they also collide with some RoboTeam Twente robots. It's quite a high speed.
Oh yeah.
But oh well. Let's see.
And
Game has been stopped.
Oh, and our yellow card has been revoked.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that was for, but
But we still have 7 robots, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, we have 8.
Okay.
That's okay.
all right. Kick for direct free kick for the RoboTeam Twente.
Oh,
And
nice
that was a
chip.
nice chip. An attempt to pass, which almost succeeded. Tigers are going for a pass. RoboTeam trying to intercept, but too slow.
I
Nice-
gotta say.
Nice chip by the Tigers.
Ooh.
Ball heading towards the goal.
Aw.
And the Tigers have scored, it seems.
Yeah.
However, one of some robots crashed into one another, and it seems there's ball placement. So, I think the referee trying to determine whether this happened before.
Also, we got 2 yellow cards in the meantime. I don't know.
Yeah. So it seems there were some problems. Maybe this goal will not be awarded. Not sure. That is definitely the argument the RoboTeam is trying to make, at least the goal not being valid.
Yeah,
because it
well,
was
I
made
would
the
make
goal
that
point.
argument as well if I were standing there. But
Full disclosure, we are members of the RoboTeam Center. And of course, the Tigers would argue that the goal should count. So it is up to the referee, who is hopefully impartial and omniscient,
hopefully.
to decide whether this goal was valid or not.
We're currently trying to understand the German. But it's not loud enough.
Also, we don't actually know any German.
well, this we can understand because it's half English.
Okay.
Ball placement, foul, goal. I just
And
wish someone
okay, one of the yellow cards from RoboTeam has been removed.
Nice. Also, there's no goal awarded yet. Also very nice. Maybe we should call one of our team members so we can hear everything.
Bit of walkie-talkie.
No. Walkie-talkies are not allowed. Junlik was also not allowed to have walkie-talkies
Yeah, unless you're too
originally.
late, apparently. It's not allowed unless you're too late, apparently.
No, the OC got mad at them because they didn't register their frequency before. They didn't say that they needed.
Okay, the game is currently stopped, and it seems the goal has not been awarded.
But
And
maybe there will be one now.
And we are starting with a free kick for the Tigers. Ooh. And there was a shot on goal, but it was stopped by the keeper.
And there's clapping, but it's behind us.
Tigers going for the offense, but the RoboTeam has quite a strong defense. Not as strong as some of the other teams, but
I have to say, last time we played against Tigers during the practice tournament, we lost 10-0.
so it is already going much better.
This is going way better, yeah.
Tigers going for a pass. RoboTeam trying to intercept, but not fast enough.
They kicked the ball out, so then
RoboTeam gets a free kick if they're able to place the ball correctly, and it seems that they are
doing well.
this. Dribbling the ball ever so slightly.
He hit another robot.
12 seconds left on the clock for RoboTeam to place the ball.
It was going very well.
Let's see if they can do this. Okay, this should be it. And it was not placed in time.
It was just a tiny bit to the front.
And now there will be a free kick for. It should be awarded to Tigers. Yeah, and it is awarded to Tigers. There's a small error by the game state operator there.
Yeah.
All right, Tigers going for the offense. One of the RoboTeam in a row crashing into the Tigers. Tigers immediately getting a free kick again if they place the ball.
There's also a part or something lying on the field. It's now.
Yeah, close to the ball. Tigers trying to go on the offense, but a lot of RoboTeam robots in the way. Tigers chipping the ball towards the goal.
Oh, RoboTeam intercepting the pass.
Chipping the ball as well. But ends up in the hands of the Tigers.
Maybe we should.
Oh, goal by Tigers.
Part on the field.
Yeah, it seems that someone else has spotted the part as well. And it's another one of those pesky wheels of the
Wasn't
Tigers.
having parts falling out of your robots a foul this year?
It's definitely not really allowed.
Yeah.
Let's consult the rule. Game is currently halted. It is 0 points for the RoboTeam to 2.
There are also a lot of wheel parts of Tigers lying around on the floor. Their sub wheels just keep falling off. Andre told me that they bought 400 new sub wheels yesterday.
Oh.
And someone was getting 500 new ones today.
So, if a robot tips over or drops parts, there will be a stop and then a direct free kick. But
it is not detected by the auto ref.
But this is only if they pose a potential threat. And very small non-metal parts, which these wheels are, do not pose a threat. So,
for example, rubber sub wheels.
Yeah. So it's up to the referee to decide this. I say
it's
that
fine.
he would not make a big point of this.
If the sub wheels were a problem, Tigers would be in real big shit.
RoboTeam going for a substitution, it seems. Let's see what's in the cards for them.
That is not out, but okay, sure. You can only have a substitution in the next stop, according to the rules. But I mean, if all the teams agree on it, I guess it's fine. successful goal prevention by RoboTeam Twente. Oh,
Tigers on the offense though.
They
They're
should shoot it
very close to
quickly.
the road team goal area.
This should be a ball placement, but I don't know why the auto ref is not saying that it is.
Yeah, the ball is definitely outside of the field. Okay, the referee is stopping again.
RoboTeam has requested bop substitution.
I feel like we're destined to live with these issues for the rest of our lives. Such is life at the Robo Cup.
Along with a massive student loan. Oh, wonderful. I mean, we're all students here.
That is not
Well,
really
most
true.
of us. Most of us.
Some of us are burgers.
Burgers. Civilians. Direct kick yellow. That is us. Oh, nice
And
chip.
a chip by the road team.
And they missed.
But not much is happening.
Unfortunately.
And
And they
try to pass. Okay,
wow.
road team going on the
This
offense.
is
The
going
ball is
better than
going.
expected.
Ball is going towards the defense area of
Damn.
Tigers.
Kick it.
Road team chipping.
Yes. Oh. Whew. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh.
Tigers basically getting a free opening here, but not able to control the ball fast enough to prevent the Robo team from getting back into defense.
Not yet as good as Zoomlicht. And they're gonna shoot.
Tigers going for the offense, but the Robo
Oh.
team nicely preventing it there. And
This
somehow
is going very well.
it has been detected as Tigers kicking it out of the field, even though it was definitely hitting the Robo team there.
Yeah.
Timeout by the Robo team center. So there's currently a timeout going on. The Robo team center has requested a timeout. We're currently 30 seconds into it. Let's see if they can fix their problems.
Lucas is currently working on the AI, and the other team members are looking if all the batteries are still intact and if all the skirts are not falling off. So checking the duct tape.
And they should be putting the motor drivers back in as well.
Yeah.
I
And
hope they
also
are- I
Tigers
ho- I
is
hope
just
they are doing
casually picking up all their
Wheels.
parts, all their wheels. I can see at least 4,
well. Yeah,
5
one more there. And
from
one
my
more
point
there.
of view.
You lost
Yeah.
some, but I guess he likes the decoration.
Well, it is nice decoration. It's like a bit of snow on the field.
Yeah. I am falling asleep. Although this match is not quite boring.
That seems to be a problem.
We have been sitting at this desk for, let's say, 10 hours
Since 8:45 this morning or something. No,
Yeah.
earlier.
earlier.
8:30, I think.
8:30, 8 o'clock. So, yeah. It has been quite a varied day.
Yeah.
Also, if any of our viewers feel like bringing us food, we are open to such propositions. So please let us know.
But no candy, please, because we're already quite nauseous of all this stuff that we ate. There seems to be a crack in my point of view. Vision problems.
Yeah, we were having some vision problems here at the referee desk. I mean, yes.
We are very sorry.
Selena is having some technical difficulties. Seems like
I see Seaman dancing on the
someone
top of the
cracked a
screen.
very good joke there.
Having a tiny little dance party.
It seems the game is halted and we are getting ready to play again.
Do you know where the Junior League is?
No? Do you know?
They're talking over the PA about Junior like all day, but I have no clue where they are.
Maybe outside? Maybe that's what's happening outside. Anyway, the game is running. Tigers Mannheim is allowed to place the ball back into the field as RoboTeam Twente made it exit the field. Let's see what happens. RoboTeam getting into a sort of defense positioning. Oh, nice chip by Tigers. RoboTeam trying to take the ball from them. Tigers chipping the ball nicely.
Tigers is very good at accepting the ball and immediately kicking it back into the right corner.
Yeah, they're not giving the RoboTeam much space to intercept the ball. Ooh, and they're leading the RoboTeam Rebels in a merry chase here. Ooh, that was a
crash.
That was a hard collision by a RoboTeam Twente robot into Tigers Mannheim. This is a yellow card, and this means RoboTeam will have to remove one of their robots from the field for 2 minutes. And also, Tigers will get a free kick.
There's only 30 seconds left in this half, and it's not 10-0 yet, so things are going well.
An exciting day.
This is quite the dangerous situation for us, though.
Definitely.
It's almost...
And they scored. Tigers Mannheim scored a goal. It is currently 3-0 for the Tigers Mannheim. The rollers are moving back into place and it's time for a kickoff. Okay, RoboTeam Twente does not seem to be handling the kickoff situation very well.
There will probably be a lack of...
Yeah, yellow has not kicked the ball within 10 seconds, so there will be a free kick for the Tigers. Nice chip from the Tigers. Oh, but they made the ball exit the field. Thus there will be a free kick from the RoboTeam.
Well, I gotta say, I thought we were gonna absolutely be destroyed by Tigers. But it is going very well, I'd say.
Oh, we're still losing quite hard.
Yeah, I know that we're losing, but we are playing like better than ever, I think.
The real tournament is the lesson we learn.
Yeah. Look at that. That was so nice.
Some nice chipping attempts by the Tigers.
Oh, that was close.
And it seems
But also, if it was a goal, it would not be counted as a goal.
The game is halted, and we will probably go into halftime now.
Yeah, I'd say.
But the RoboTeam got their third yellow card.
Ooh.
Because
But
they interfered with placement. So
yeah, but
we
the
might
game should have ended before the placement.
That is true, but still.
The placement happened after the game ended. So
They
before
might
ball
award
placement,
a yellow.
it should have...
They might still award a penalty for this.
No, they shouldn't. They should not do this.
Yep, it is happening.
No, they are awarding the penalty. I do not agree. Well, wait, well, we don't really have choice. I see now.
So it
We
seems
interfered before the ball was kicked out.
okay,
So I guess it was
getting ready for the penalty.
This is not a penalty thing.
It also seems, it seems that
They
the Tigers,
didn't
the Tigers
press
are
the
not ready for taking the penalty.
No, they didn't press the right button. He didn't press penalty prepare. He pressed a normal play, or like...
I don't think so.
Yeah, he did, because it should say penalty.
No.
and then our team also has to.
Okay, yeah, penalty kick.
Yeah,
So you
now
see.
Tigers should get
Yeah,
ready.
but like again, it's not happening. Tigers is not getting into place for the penalty. They're not. They are simply unable to take the penalty.
They're not able to take the penalty. This is good for us, but I don't know what's going on with them because they're usually
There's a large bug
very good at taking
in
penalties.
Tigers code. The game is stopped and halted, and
No penalty for
we are
them.
going into halftime.
Yes.
Tigers Mannheim have wasted their opportunity at a penalty, even though they're ahead by 3 points.
But the good thing is, because we were waiting for the penalty, we lost a lot of time on our yellow cards.
That is true.
So they will be back quite soon. I'm gonna go talk to the team because I'm really proud.
Cool. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be back soon.
is it?
Well, so halftime has
They
ended.
have the best team or robot names.
Yeah.
Have you seen our robot names even?
Do you have? I thought you did have.
They're too small to really see.
Yeah, they're small, but they're on there.
What are they?
We named them after AIs and computers.
Oh, really?
So we have Ultron, Marvin, GLaDOS, Wally, Eve. What else do we have?
HAL 9000?
Karen, the computer in SpongeBob.
Oh, yeah.
Do we have HAL 9000?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, well, he was up. We had a vote about this.
I know, and I voted for him.
Yeah, well, no, he didn't get enough votes.
Yeah. See, I can't get over how cool
I
Tiger's
think.
eyes are.
That's
Like,
Yeah,
if
that
I
is
had
really
free
cool.
time, I would
Alright.
do that. Yeah.
We're getting ready for kickoff. The Tigers, which is the blue team, are now on the right side of the field. RoboTeam on the left side of the field. Let's see what happens. Nice chip by Tigers. Let's see if the RoboTeam keeper can move this ball from the play area. Nice chip by the RoboTeam.
Oh, we changed sides,
They safely
actually.
defuse that situation. Let's see how the RoboTeam does. RoboTeam seems to be more aggressive, really pushing the direction of play towards the Tigers.
But there are not a lot of robots that we can pass to. So that's kind of
RoboTeam
sad.
only has 6 robots on the field right now. That's true.
But the time is almost over. We can put
Yeah.
one back in now. And I hope they will notice soon. I think I'm gonna yell.
You're right. You're right. Well, especially with with these people turning off the lights all the time, we could have glow in the dark robots.
The RoboTeam is placing the ball for a free kick.
It's going well, going well.
Tigers just also got a new yellow card
Ooh.
because they crashed into a RoboTeam robot. So let's see what happens. RoboTeam going for the ball placement for the free kick. RoboTeam crashing into the wall there,
Ah, it's okay.
and they have failed at the ball placement. It's now up to the Tigers to place this ball, or at least attempt to.
Yeah, they usually manage. Oh, I found out why the penalty didn't work with Tigers.
Well,
They assigned a role for the robot to take the penalty to the one robot that was unable to move. So it broke, but they assigned the role to that robot. So yeah, nothing happened.
yeah, that's a
quite
shame.
sad.
That's a shame. Okay, RoboTeam going for the offense again.
Oof.
We just saw Tigers getting really close to the goal, but that was during ball placement, so a lot of people were getting excited, but actually it wasn't a dangerous situation. This is a dangerous situation, though.
Yeah, but we got it.
The keeper is chipping nicely.
Oh.
Some nice passing here.
Oh, that was
Okay,
quite the crash.
quite a hard crash by RoboTeam into a Tigers robot.
Damn. But we can place a robot back in very soon.
Game is running. Nice chip by the Tigers.
Ooh. Ooh,
But
that could have been
pass
a goal.
That pass was not
That-
completely good.
Would have been a
All
goal.
right, looks like
Oh
Tigers
no!
are going for the
No,
offense.
no.
Ball is in the defense area, and keeper has moved it.
Oh, very nice pass.
Some of the RoboTeam robots are really, really going crazy. Tigers trying to
Oh.
get in the offense, and it seems that the RoboTeam has not been able to stop this goal. It's 4-0 for Tigers.
There's also one robot making a lot of noise.
But this
But
is
the good thing about this is that they're actually playing for quite some time, like without stopping.
Yeah.
So qualification
And
material for next year
an
is like done.
exciting match.
Yeah, it is nice to look at.
So we're going to the second half. RoboTeam is allowed to start with the kickoff, but as usual, it seems that
Maybe you
they
can
are
see the lights
having
now
problems.
if we do this.
Yes, you
Yeah,
can
you
see
can
the lights of
on
the Tiger
robots.
robots.
Okay, I will go back to the.
So Tiger's getting ready to attempt the kickoff themselves, and it seems that we are heading into RoboTeam Twente
Oh, we have
crashing
6 yellow cards now.
crashing into the Tigers at high speed. So another penalty for the Tigers.
Yeah.
These robots are
Maybe there
doing
are driver
kamikazes left and
problems
right.
because during the last game, I asked what was going on, and they said that it was the motor drivers that made them do all the spinning and weird stuff, which I am not really sure of, but
Me neither.
could be. If they say it, then I think we have to trust them. Okay. Sure. It's penalty time.
All right, let's see how they do. Will they be able to score that now? Yes, they seem to be have a robot ready for this.
Okay.
The keeper is getting ready to try and
Oh,
stop
but
it.
they are so good at penalties. Yeah.
And
You
they
see.
score. That went pretty fast. I didn't even see really how it happened.
Yeah. Well, they're able to turn and shoot very quickly. But it's still not 10-0.
Not yet.
It's going well.
It is 5-0, however. Let's see how it goes.
But the last time they got 10-0 because we were not moving at all, like this time. And also we have only 5 robots in the field now. I think Tigers has to do some.
Tigers chipping the ball.
Oh, nice
to get
passes
into a
by
good
Tigers.
position. Tigers having some really nice passing right here. It seems like they practiced that one.
No, they were always.
So interception by the RoboTeam. But
Damn!
they were just
Oh,
pushed out of the
another
way.
one, and it's this is dangerous. RoboTeam should kick that away.
And they have attempted to do so.
Oh.
Some of the RoboTeam.
Oh, that didn't count as a bot collision.
RoboTeam Twente asking for a substitution.
Yeah, because we can put more robots in now. So as soon as the game is halted, which will be right after ball placement, we will have more robots in the field.
Cool. Interesting.
Rules.
But speaking of rules, this loss for RoboTeam does not mean they are out of the tournament, as far as I know.
We still get to play the loser match.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
But it's also, I don't think it's really fair because you get last in the pool, in the group stage, and then you get to play against the first one of the other pool. So Tigers got first in their group, we got last in our group, and now we have to play against them to get to the finale. That's not fair, you know?
well,
I think it should be like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 maybe, or 1 and 3 and 2 and 4.
maybe.
But
But we do not make the rules. We can only complain about them.
oh, we could have made the rules next year.
There is always next year. Speaking of next year, if anyone from the organizing committee is listening, please turn up the heat.
We are still very.
I don't know exactly what is happening.
A robot is playing a sound, a song actually. I didn't quite figure out which one it was.
They were playing music.
that fast. Oh, it's the final countdown. The robot is playing the final countdown.
All right.
I don't know why.
We talked about that with Tigers.
Why are they playing this song?
Because it's last 2 minutes.
Seriously?
Final countdown.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
We can do that too.
Well, we can do it as well, but we
We
haven't.
can do it with 8 voices. But it's not implemented yet. It's on my to-do list.
Oh, they missed the
Ooh.
pass there. And we're going to need the referee to decide what happens in this one.
No, it's ball placement. Oh.
Ooh, that's some nice
Oh my
breaking there by the Tigers.
That's how you do a front flip.
Good chip. RoboTeam Twente on the offense. And there was a crash, so RoboTeam Twente gets a yellow card. Their 7th one of the match.
Woo.
And Tigers gets a free kick. Game is halted.
We have to take another robot out. Emil's trying to choose which one he likes the least. And it's number 1. Oh.
Seems that the Tigers are going for a bit of a slow strategy this time. And they have kicked the ball past the goal line, so RoboTeam Twente gets a free kick from the goal line. Exciting times. Exciting times. Seems like the RoboTeam Twente is trying to get the ball for the free kick, but they are failing to. So
This is Ultron, by the
the
way.
attempt now goes
He
to
is in the field.
Referee has entered the field and he's placing the ball for the free kick. RoboTeam Twente asking for substitution.
Oh.
It is getting colder and colder here.
Yep. All people are leaving, so.
It's a well-known phenomenon that engineers do not need heat. So it's a very economical decision to turn the heat off. And it seems we only have 25 seconds left on the clock. And
Hey, and
looks like
another
another
goal.
goal by Tigers Mannheim.
One of the Tiger robots is making the car alarm sound again. I have no idea what it means.
Never heard a tiger make that sound either, so I don't know where they got the inspiration from.
Yeah.
It would be cooler if they played like a roar sound or something, you know?
Yeah, but that's not possible with like a buzzer.
Yeah, but
Then it will be like.
are they not allowed to use, I don't know, a small speaker or something?
Yeah, you can put a speaker on there, but why would you put a speaker on there? Because
It's cool.
you can use your power for something else, you know?
That's true.
There are better things to do with soccer robots than playing tiger sounds. Like actually playing soccer. Or implementing really flashy LED eyes.
Exactly. Well, it seems like we're about to end the second half, as time is running out. And Time has run out, so probably the next time the match halts, we will see the end of the match. And the match has ended. 6-0 for Tigers Mannheim. The next game will be Op Amp versus someone else.
No.
I'm not sure who yet.
We don't know yet.
The spreadsheet hasn't updated yet, so we will let you know as soon as we know. Ladies and
And
gentlemen,
now
thank
we're
you for
gonna
watching.
go make a picture and exchange gifts.
Woo.
So, and now we also have a commentary for the live stream. This is the game Air Force against Op-Amps. Air Force from Germany with the white robots. And Op-Amp is the blue team with the black hulls. So on top of the robot there's differently colored points, and the center point determines the team color. And Air Force is yellow, while Op-Amp is blue. So Op-Amp already committed some fouls, that's why they have a yellow card, which means they have to put out one of their robots for a few minutes and can put it in later again. So now it's ball placement. Since we are playing with an automatic referee, this means that the robots have to place the ball to the desired kick point themselves. And the automatic referee sees things like collisions and goals and stuff, basically every rule of this league, so that we can play a whole game without any human interference optimally. So blue failed in placing the ball, so now it's yellow's turn. And they seem to be having a bit more success, although only slightly. So yellow are probably going to fail as well, which they did now. Now there seems to be a bug in the autorefs since the robot was too close to the kick point, but there was no direct kick issued yet. So the game is now stopped to discuss this problem. Lukas. So now the game is halted, which means that no robot can drive. There will be a short rule discussion, and after that the game will continue. Könnt ihr leise diskutieren? So this may take a minute or two, but then this will be resolved. And the ref has decided to place the ball himself in the corner. Now the game is stopped, which means that no robot can drive closer to the ball than 50 centimeters, and blue gets an indirect free kick. So again, the ball went out of the field lines, so blue has to place the ball to the corner of the field. Since they don't seem to have much success, probably the yellow team will have to try as well. If the yellow team would succeed in placing the ball, they would get the direct free kick that otherwise blue would have gotten. So a bit more detail on this round. This is the first round of these teams after the group stage. In the group stage, every team plays against every other team in the group. And this is now the knockout stage, in which teams can actually leave the tournament if they lose. Now yellow seems to have a bit more success in placing the ball, and they succeeded. Or wait, there seems to be some rule problems. So there was a bug in the game controller software. It's the software that controls the game and issues commands like indirect, direct or similar. And now there's some nice passing going on in front of the goal, and there is a goal. A goal for yellow. You could see a nice pass combination following up to the goal, and the blue robots could not defend against it properly. And now the ball is placed in the center, and blue will get a kickoff from the center point as yellow scored the goal. For this penalty kick, all robots have to be on their own side. So once it is issued, all robots will drive to their side, as you can see now. So now they started, and yellow took the ball from the blue robots and did a pass. And they win the duel and have another nice pass combination towards the goal, but the goalie clears the shot. Now there's ball placement for yellow, and they succeeded in placing the ball and have another nice shot, but they didn't take the other shots, so they couldn't score a goal. And again some solid passing going on, but no, they didn't shoot a goal because it was outside the goal area. So now yellow has ball placement again, and they succeeded quite quickly, which means they will get an indirect free kick. And this is a robot exchange. Every time a team wants to exchange a robot, they will issue a halt command, and then the team can take out the robot. They can only put in a replacement robot in the next stop. So yellow gets an indirect, and that is very dangerous because they just passed around the whole goal, but around the whole field, but didn't even take the pass, which will result in a direct free kick for blue in the corner near the yellow goal, which you can see on the upper left in the live stream. And blue again failed with the ball placement, so now it's yellow's turn. Once blue failed 5 times in a row placing the ball, all other ball placements will be done by the yellow team, so Air Force. Which also means that blue will not get any more indirect or direct free kicks towards the goal. And this is the exchange robot that was for which another robot was taken out from yellow, and yellow tries to bring the ball towards the blue side and succeeds, and a very close shot towards the goal, but it did miss. Another rather slow ball placement by yellow. They missed the ball several times, and now it seems to be invisible, so the robot can't continue. And the game begins again, but yellow just dribbled the ball out of the field line, which means that blue will get the ball if they would succeed the ball placement. So now in 15 seconds, yellow will get the ball placement again, and if they succeed, they will get a direct free kick from the corner of the blue field, blue side of the field. Now there are 3 seconds remaining, and now Now the game is halted, probably because blue failed placing the ball 5 times in a row. Which means that now yellow will get all remaining direct and indirect free kicks in this first half of the game. So the game continued now, and yellow has ball placement and seems to be doing quite well. And they did a nice chip, but didn't take the pass, so the ball went outside of the field again, which only means that they have ball placement again. Also, the blue team seems to be interfering the ball placement quite a lot, which are fouls, so they will have to take out robots once in a while for that. Also, after 3 yellow cards, there's a penalty shot against their goal, which we might see later this game. So the game is now stopped, which means that no robot can approach the ball closer than 50 centimeters. And basically nothing happens. Usually for longer discussions, halt is issued so that the robots conserve battery, but for small discussions, stop is also more or less fine. The problem seems to be that blue has too many robots on the field because they interfered ball placement multiple times and now got a yellow card, which means they have to put out another robot. They now have 2 yellow cards, which means they play with 6 robots as opposed to the 8 robots of yellow with the white hulls. As a reminder, the yellow team is on the left in the live stream, while the blue team is on the right. So defending the goal on the right. And yellow gets an indirect free kick, but misses the pass. And there's a duel situation. They tried to score a goal, but missed the goal.
Ja, und wieder interferiert Ball Placement. Jetzt geht's halt irgendwann los. Wir haben halt alle Ball Placements.
Könnt ihr So you can again see some nice passing in front of the goal, and there seems to be another goal by yellow.
Wenn wir Chancen haben, sind wir halt eiskalt oder scharf. Ja, genau. So, I take this one. Ja, genau. Danke fürs Vorlegen.
So now it's confirmed, and yellow has scored a goal, which makes it 2-0 for Air Force.
Könnte sein, könnte werden. Ich weiß nicht, wie schaffen, dürfen die ja kein Ballplacement mehr machen.
And Air Force tries to get the ball away from their defense area, slowly but surely. They succeed in doing so, and kick the ball out in the opponent's side, so on the blue side. And of course, got ball placement there to shoot a direct goal shot, because the blue team can't do ball placement, therefore can't take any shots. So now, blue interfered ball placement multiple times, which means they will have another a yellow card, which means they will take out another robot, and now there's a penalty kick towards their goal. But there seems to be a short discussion over whether or not it was a legitimate ball placement interference, but we'll see in a second.
It seems like Op-Amp is complaining about this, but in the end they take out one robot. So the referee is placing the ball in front of the goal, and there's going to be the penalty kick.
Yes. In the penalty kick, only one attacking robot and the keeper are allowed to be around the ball, and the attacking robot can just take a shot on the goal.
Yeah. If the robot touches the ball and the ball moves more than 5 millimeters, the kick is counted as done. But as you saw, we scored the goal. So it's a 3-0 for Air Force.
Yes. Which means it's another kickoff for blue, which is the only kind of kickoff from a stationary ball they will get in this first half of the game. Yellow again does some passing to get the ball away from their defense, from their side. And the ball slowly rolls towards the opponent goal, but not quite. And yellow again gets ball placement. And that's another ball placement interference, as the blue robot didn't drive out of the ball placement area.
And then again a crash. It seems like Op-Amp has problems with their obstacle avoidance, which means they get another yellow card, which means they have to put out another robot. So now there's going to be 8 robots from Air Force against 5 robots from Jim League, which highly increases the possibility that Air Force can score even more goals.
So if this continues with the yellow cards, then blue will just play with fewer and fewer robots until they have none left, at which point yellow will have a very easy time scoring goals. So as always, whenever anyone kicks the ball outside of the field, yellow will get the ball placement and the kick that results from it. And you can see some very nice pass combinations from yellow, resulting in another goal. So I hope you saw that in the live stream, because that pass combination looked quite nice. Of course, the top teams usually defend against these kind of shots because it was shot from quite far away. So usually the keeper would have enough time to drive in the shot, but they seem to have some technical difficulties with that.
Yeah, it seems like there was a stop before. The game, so this goal doesn't count. But at this state of game, it actually doesn't really matter, because it's a pretty dominant showing by Air Force.
So another missed goal shot opportunity because they missed the goal. Also, in the knockout phase, it is only important that you win the game, not by how much you win the game. So for Air Force, it won't really matter how many goals they score, as long as they win. And there's another goal.
The only thing where goals are matter is when there is a 10 goal lead by one of the teams, the game will immediately stop.
Weil normalerweise kommen Teams gar nicht so weit, die so schlecht spielen, spielen nicht gegen Teams, die so gut sind. So there's a small stoppage, but the game will continue with a kickoff from blue again.
Yeah. As you can see in the interface, Opamp is now allowed to have six robots back on the field because one of their time penalties vanished. So you can see it.
Yeah, you can see it in the upper left. And now a yellow robot crashed into a blue one, which is a foul, and if you crash 3 times you will get a yellow card. As with any other foul, like for example ball placement interference, which we saw quite a lot today.
So the league actually differs between minor faults, which is like crashing or interference with ball placement, and major faults, which is heavy crashing or
Ball placement
ball
interference.
placement interference. Heavy, major.
Or for example touching a robot in the opponent defense area, or having multiple defenders touch the ball in your own defense area. These are all major events that are called a foul.
If anybody of you is interested in the rulebook, the official rulebook can be downloaded on the official SSL website, which you can easily find by googling SSL RoboCup. There also you can see all the papers each team has to publish to qualify for participating in the RoboCup. From this year and from the last 5 to 6 years, every team that participated with yet again another goal.
Yes, yellow, so Air Force seems to be quite dominant and has already scored 5 goals. So again, a kickoff from center point for blue. And as another reminder, the blue team is the one with the black robots, while the yellow team is the one with the white robots. And white missed that pass, so the ball went into the out.
Actually, Air Force did the decision to make white covers 2 years ago to better analyze visual data we get from recording the games. And as for you guys seeing it back at home, it's also like easier to see which team is which. As you can see, or as you can saw in the upper left corner, there was a white shadowing on the symbol of Opamp, which means they intended to take out a robot. This is shown to the game box operator by one of the team members via waving a flag, and yet again another goal. Yeah.
And another goal, and this concludes the first half of the game. In 5 minutes time, the game will continue with the second half of the game. Now you will see a lot of guys frantically running around the field to swap batteries and do minor repairs. So, see you in 5 minutes.
So here we are back again. Teams switch side, meaning that the yellow team will now attack from right to left, and the blue team is attacking from left to right. It seems like there is an issue with the blue team still attempting ball placement, which they are not allowed because they failed ball placement 5 times in a row, which means they are not allowed to place the ball again, because ball placement is allowed to take 30 seconds, but a team that is not able to place the ball will always lose the game 30 seconds. So the committee which made the rules decided to punish a team to punish a team that they are not allowed to do ball placement anymore because they can't do it. So it's only losing the whole scheduled time, and this is not necessary. This is unnecessary. So Air Force is telling the referee and the ref box operator that that this is the issue that I was telling you. So it seems to be going to be fixed, and the games should continue any moment. The yelling and shattering you may hear in the background is from the other teams that are playing in Division B. Unfortunately for these games there is no live stream setup. So just telling you before the game now starts again, Division B and Division A mainly differs in some rules, and that Division B is only playing with 6 robots instead of 8 robots. So Obam is trying to play the indirect, but it seems like they are not able to do anything, so the game stands still. After a certain amount of time, there's going to be a force start, so every team is allowed to play the ball because of lack of progress. Difficult situation before the op-amp goal, but it seems to be cleared. And yet there is another goal shot, but it was defended. And yet again a chip through the whole defense area, but the free can score a goal. So to correct that, the ball wasn't defended. Air Force just shot against one of the posts of the goal. So the ball is still in game, and the game continued. So Air Force voluntarily takes one road out, even though they are not forced to. So there's going to be, apparently there's some discussion between op-amp and the referees. I think it's regarding the last situation, the shot that was against the post. It may seem to confuse up on different but it seems like the ball was out of place. So this is the thing Opam is complaining about, and it's in the last check. It's the decision of the referee. So
So yeah, now both teams are discussing with the referee, but I think they will come to a conclusion soon. In total, this game is still quite fast, as other games took over 1 hour or close to 2 hours today. So this is still a very fast game.
And while we have the time, big shout out to RoboTeam Twente for providing the whole live streaming, and for the SSL committee to get us the gear to record all the games and to show the live stream. So actually it looks like the two teams are trying to convince the referee that the ball was out of place, but it seems to be more of a some explaining than a discussion. You have to keep in mind that all referees and all official players in the games are sponsored by each team, so each team has to do refereeing other games. So the knowledge might differ from referee to referee, but it's normally no problem with explaining rules.
So now they decided that it was not a goal, so blue will take an indirect shot from the corner,
which they couldn't succeed. Now Air Force is putting back a robot in. They committed a request to put the robot in, as you saw with the white flashing.
So now yellow is kicking the ball and might be another goal.
Actually, before that there was a crash. Blue crashed against yellow. This means there's going to be yet another yellow card, so Opamp is forced to take one robot out. But it seems like there is some confusion about whether this decision of the game controller was right or not.
Yeah, so you might have actually seen that Air Force tried to shoot a goal twice, because the first time the automatic referees did not properly see the goal, which means that the game was not stopped, and Air Force had another chance to shoot yet another goal. And after that, there were a few collisions, which should count anyways, even if the goal was there or not. And if these collisions are counted, then they will get another yellow card. Lukas, das Foul zählt eigentlich trotzdem. Technisch gesehen nicht, aber es ist egal. So, yellow got the goal, and
there's going to be yet another kickoff.
There's going to be yet another kickoff, yes. So blue is taking too long to kick, which means that soon yellow will get the kickoff instead. So this is now the case. The game is stopped, and yellow will get the kickoff. if the referee were to do that correctly. So there's some nice dueling going on, and yellow is again getting the ball towards the blue goal. And the ball stayed in the blue defense area, so the blue keeper shot it out. And yellow kicked the ball to the out, which means that blue will have a ball placement. And if they succeed, they will have another indirect free kick. So, ball placement blue is timing out. They have 4 seconds left. And now it's yellow's turn placing the ball. And this is, of course, always the same thing you saw in the first half of the game. It's just that blue hasn't properly implemented the ball placement procedure in their software, so they will always fail placing the ball.
Actually, we apologize for you guys not really seeing this. It's hard to show all of the 12 meters of the field with like just one camera. But you see most of the actions. So blue shot the ball out of the field again, and yellow failed to do the indirect. So it seems like yellow didn't know where the ball is and tried to attempt to shoot a ball that wasn't there. But now again it's going to be ball placement and the game continues. Hairy situation in front of the defense area of blue, but it seems like Air Force decided to play the ball back into their own half to play it safely. Some nice passing, but in the end the last receiver didn't catch the ball.
So there's approximately 2 minutes left in the game. That is 2 minutes of game time. Every time the game is stopped or halted, this doesn't count towards the game time.
So while the yellow team is doing ball placement, to all of the people that are hearing us, just type a plus in the chat so we can see that you're here and we're not being view-botted.
Es hat ungefähr wahrscheinlich 30 Sekunden bis eine Minute Delay.
Der letzte Kommentar kam halt von einer Dreiviertelstunde und ich weiß nicht, wie viele Laptops einfach nur den Channel anhaben, den Livestream. Mal gucken.
Ja, ich meine, das ist ja mehr auch eine Aufzeichnung.
Ja, aber mein Gott. Man kann es ja auch ein bisschen interessant machen.
Ja. And there was a slight bug of the autorefs there because direct was issued while the ball was outside of the field. But now it's ball placement, so that was resolved. So there seem to be people hearing us. Quite nice.
As you can see in the upper right corner, there is a graphic showing the graphical client of the SSL Vision. As you can see in the upper right corner of this graphic, there's a yellow point flickering. That means that the vision that is used to coordinate the robots isn't that stable in this place. This can have many reasons. One being shadows that that the place there is darker, so the vision can't see the robots properly. A long pass through all of the game, and Air Force tries to do some passing, but the end receiver didn't catch the ball.
So it's ball placement for blue again, and they seem to slightly place the ball inside their own defense area, but the keeper is not able to place it outside of the defense area. So in 9 seconds again, the blue team will continue with, the yellow team will continue with the ball placement as if it were their own, which it will be then.
I don't know who you are, einer wie keiner, but we'll sure do. We'll sure do. And
So-
thanks for the information, Insane Dreams, that you can see the graphic over there. Some op-amp hitting the robots by itself, some pass combination, but the keeper defended the ball. But still, the situation is hot and the ball is being shot at the op-amp goal. And apparently the ball nearly flew in our radio station, so there were like some unexpected movement from the robots.
So it's again ball placement for yellow, which they this time have difficulties too. With 5 seconds remaining, they may not be able to do it. And they failed, which means ball placement for blue, which they will fail as well. Which, oh wait, they actually did succeed in their first ball placement. So congratulations to Opamp.
Yeah, even though they failed in kicking the ball after that.
And there was another goal for yellow,
Yeah.
which makes it 8-0 for Air Force.
Quick shout out to Anu, you know who I'm meaning.
So there will be a probably last kickoff from blue at the center point, as there are only 50 seconds remaining in the game. But blue took a timeout, which means they have 5 minutes time left to do any repairs in their robots or software and do anything they wish until the 5 minutes expire, or they tell the referee that they are ready.
During that time, also Air Force is allowed to do any repairs they want to do, but they have to be finished before the op-arm is finished.
So you can see someone from Opamp running around on the field, testing something and taking a robot with him. And also someone from Air Force wearing the green Air Force hoodie.
It's actually cool that that some of you guys are participating and chatting with us. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We can take the time to explain everything you want.
Ihr sollt ihn mal grüßen.
So, shoutouts to the little brother of one of our Christians.
So the timeout is still running. There are 3 minutes and 15 seconds left on the timeout. And so that means that at most 3 minutes the game will continue. With the last 50 seconds of game time, so approximately 3 to 4 minutes of real time.
For those of you who are interested in which are our next games, so we're going to play tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. our Australian time, which means 3 o'clock a.m. European time. Our next game against Tigers. And this is going to be a quite a match you can look forward to because Mannheim is going to be one of the top contenders this year of being champion.
Just to clarify, he's a member of Air Force, so the yellow team playing here. So there's another 2 minutes remaining in the timeout, but they stopped their timeout, and now it's a kickoff for blue, which went quite weirdly because the autoref did not start the game when the blue robot touched the ball. So now there was a forced start, and the ball went towards the yellow team's defense area, but they caught the ball, and now there's a dueling situation in front of their defense area. And if nothing happens for 10 seconds, that will be lack of progress and the game will be stopped, followed by a forced start, meaning that both teams can immediately return to the ball. But as there are only 24 seconds left in the game, there won't happen that much, probably.
The only thing that could happen is that Upamp is getting a 6th yellow card, which means Air Force is getting a second penalty kick. So after every 3 yellow cards, the opponent team gets a penalty kick.
So now the game time runs out. With 1 second remaining, when the ball crosses the touch or goal line, the game will be over. But as long as the game is running, the referee can decide to keep it running.
So the match is finished.
The match is finished. Air Force wins with 8-0. And this will conclude our commentary for now. There will be 1 game left today, I think. Possibly. I will get more information on that when the next game will start.
You handed their ass to them.
So the next game will be MRL, a team from Iran against RoboDragons, a team from Japan. I will get the time for you as well. Will only take a few seconds. At 8 a.m. Australian time, so in Sydney. So just calculate what your local time is for that. In Germany, for example, it would be at 12 in the night. So, goodbye and thanks for listening in.
So the game MRL versus RoboDragons should be starting off soon. We see both teams are in the field already. The game is currently halted. MRL is moving up. It seems to be a free kick. Not quite sure what's happening. The smaller robots with the blue dots are from RoboDragons. They have the nice red numbers on the back. And the larger robots that are seem a bit more solid are from MRL. I'm not sure if there are any viewers out there that want to comment on the stream or have any suggestions. It seems like a kickoff is going to start soon. We will see a kickoff very soon. I think it's supposed to be the RoboDragons kickoff, but I'm not entirely sure. So the game can commence any second. The referee just said that the game will start in 2 minutes, so stand by. The game will start in 2 minutes. And the referee has placed the ball in the middle, which means the game should start soon. The game still seems to be in a stop state, where all the robots have to be 50 centimeters for the ball. To give you an idea, 50 centimeters is the white circle you see in the middle. You see most teams are not coming too close to that, so that they give it some space. And yes. We see a lot happening. And the kickoff should start soon. Yes, and the game has started. They're officially allowed to take a kickoff. And they chip. Ooh. But RoboDragons do not manage to score. MRL goes back. MRL does ball placement. It's all the way in the corner. You cannot really see it that well. You see the ball maybe a bit better from this angle. There is some people walking in front of the camera. I apologize for that. There's some nice ball placement by MRL. Not sure if that's the right spot. Yeah, that should be the right spot. Yes, and there's a free kick already immediately. Oh. Small robots of RoboDragons. Easy to chip over. And oh, some nice combinations by MRL, but they don't manage to reach their last man. And a nice shot from MRL. Oh. Nice combination, shot. Ooh, but a rough crash. So it's a ball placement. I think one of the MRL robots crashed into one of the robots from RoboDragons by quite a lot. And we see the ball roll out. MRL is doing ball placement near the corner. It's a bit hard to see. You can see the robots in the top of your screen. Trying to ball placement, but they kick the ball. And the ball placement should be happening soon. We see some duels in the midfield, both teams trying to obtain the ball and trying to do well. No, a nice shot by MRL. They seem to have some good combinations, that team. Ooh, some pushing. Barely was it not able to get the shot, but the keeper manages to chip it away. You cannot see it, but the ball is all the way in the left corner for you. It's a bit difficult to see. We also ball placement in the close corner again. You can see the feet of the referee. It's actually quite close to my desk. You might not be able to see me, but I can see it quite well from here. And we see the robot in the corner. Oh, but it fails the kick, so MRL gets the free kick. Oh, and a nice chip. And we see a nice kick again, but they kick the ball back or not. Oh. I apologize for the cameras there. Was not too easy. A nice kick from MRL, but unfortunately I fail.
Are you fine with us going outside and bringing you some food?
Yes.
Okay.
As long as someone comes back. As long as at least one person comes back. Ooh, it's a nice pass attempt by MRL, but unfortunately they do not quite catch it. They seem to have some issues. They're issues catching the ball just nicely. They're almost passing it, but it always just misses the kicker, unfortunately. And RoboDragons tries to kick off, but MRL immediately contests it and is close towards it. And MRL chips the ball to one of their other robots. The auto ref is saying that there was some crash, so they're doing ball placement again. So RoboDragons received a yellow card, and they have to take one of their robots out. We see the robot handler, which is the assigned person for RoboDragons, to take out the robot. And he takes out one of the robots. Robot number 4. And we see continue with the game. This is the all-known stop state. And MRL is behind the ball again. MRL seems to be really trying to pass all the time, but the robots are not always receiving it correctly. I do like how their robots control it. You cannot see the ball, but it's in the corner. MRL is doing ball placement. A nice shot. Ooh, RoboDragons almost let that through in their goal, but they kicked it out just with the sight of one of their robots. But that means MRL gets another corner. And we might be able to see something more. And MRL fails the ball placement, so RoboDragons gets a chance. So RoboDragons is allowed to kick, but they fail the kick as well, so then MRL gets a chance again. And they knock the ball away, but then now RoboDragons gets the ball, the ball placement. It sometimes happens that two teams both fail the ball placement. And I just heard the referee saying that there's a yellow card for MRL, which means they will have to take out the robot soon. The referee just called halt, and yes, indeed, MRL is taking a robot out. MRL, I think, received the yellow card for interfering in the ball placement there. They were too close, but I'm not entirely sure. We see RoboDragons going for the all-familiar let's make a triangle strategy, or let's make a beautiful T. Apparently they think that middle robot deserves 4 defenders. Sorry for that minor interruption. I was interrupted by one of my friends asking me about food, which is of course a very important part of being at the RoboCup. It's already quite late here in Sydney. It's 8 o'clock. People are getting hungry. We see some ball placement again by the RoboDragons. They're currently standing behind it, but I'm not quite sure if they're doing it correctly. They seem to be moving backwards and forwards to it a lot. There's some discussion at the referee desk going on, as you see. The he's talking to the robot handlers and the game manager. There seems to be an issue of some sort. I can't quite hear what it is. And the referee is manually placing the ball now. And he calls it a direct free kick for yellow. For that's MRL. And we see, oh, nice chip, but a good block by RoboDragons. MRL immediately tries to block it again, but they have it ball. RoboDragons is very defensive. The robots try to move up a bit, but I'm not quite sure what it's doing. Oh, it's ball placement again. So, again, the yellow team, which MRL, received a yellow card. I think they crashed into a robot again. And it's another yellow card again. Might mean that sometime soon we will see penalties, because on the next yellow card we will see a penalty for both teams. That is actually problematic. Might be some exciting action then. So there's a discussion. I think the referee is saying that there should be another yellow card for RoboDragons. Or for MRL. I am not sure. We will see. There is some minor discussion going on between Ultron and the referee. And it will be an indirect kick for MRL. They touch it, but they don't actually quite hit it, so that's unfortunate. And we see MRL's robot trying to chase it, but it doesn't really work out as planned. RoboDragons is in the corner trying to hit the ball, but they seem to have some problems. Oh, and a nice kick from MRL. Unfortunately, knock a ball away again. And the referee calls halt. Are there any people watching this live stream active in chat? You should cheer on your favorite team, if it's RoboDragons or MRL. I see Yusuke Adachi is cheering for RoboDragons and probably watching this game. And MRL gets an indirect free kick again. A nice chip, but I don't really see where that's going. And it rolls out, so blue ball placement for blue. they will get a ball placement close to the side again. They seem to have some trouble with ball placing. Especially near the middle, the vision can be a bit difficult because both cameras, they might not be synchronized perfectly. Again, Emerald has a pass, but one of the robots, as you see, as it's just out of vision, was driving into the corner, which is a bit strange tactic to catch a ball. I hear some people saying that the robot might have been out of vision. There's a lot of discussion between Tigers and the operators. So he just called out for an indirect yellow for the Tiger, for the MRL. Oh, I'm sorry, that's the wrong view. Yes, and we can see that it's close to goal. But MRL rams into the ball and knocks it out. It's in the defense area now. Lots of robots looking at it. The keeper can get it. MRL is in the defense area, but so I think one of the yellow robots touched. So that's MRL touched another robot in the defense area, which might be a foul. We see the blue robots placing the ball in the middle. Not quite sure what's wrong with the ball placement. It seems that they placed the ball at the wrong time again. In some previous matches they also had this problem where they were only placing the ball in the middle of the map. That's quite problematic. So the referee is currently explaining to the people in from RoboDragons why their placement, even though it was good, was not valid. So the match should resume soon again. And stop. We see stop, and we get indirect free kick for MRO again. So because MRL failed to kick within the time frame, we see that blue can kick. Unfortunately, this is out of your vision in the corner. That was a collision there from the MRL's robot with one of the robots from RoboDragons. The referee is now coming over to check the footage and check what happened. You can see the yellow robot there, right, standing close to the two blue robots. That was the one that crashed. You see the ball here. On the main camera it's not very visible, unfortunately. So there's currently still discussion going on at the referee desk. Lots of referee discussions this game. Seems to me that there is some disagreement going on. Quite some things are at stake, because if MRL committed a foul, they will have to get a penalty, and that's not good. Penalties in the RoboCup are often very dangerous. You're quite likely to get a goal scored against you. There's still a lot of discussion going on. The referee is talking to some people at the desk. I think those are from MRL. They do not look very happy. In the end, nothing happens. Ooh, we see one of the MRL's robots driving into the defense area. Seems a bit odd to me. There's ball placement for MRL. It's all the way in the corner. You can luckily still see it. Nice pass, and they receive it. And the game is running. Unfortunately, MRL is not the one to take the kick, but unfortunately, RoboDragons fails to take the free kick in within a time span. So there's an indirect free kick for MRL. Ooh, nice chip, but it's being kept. 2 robots crashed, and the game controller is saying that that MRL crashed too hard and that they will get a yellow card. So I see people walking. Yes, MRL is walking in, and they take out the robot, which means they have to collect their 3rd yellow card, and we will see a penalty happening soon. We see the referee placing the ball also already at the penalty point, so I will zoom in for you to see it better. This will be a great chance for RoboDragons to score. So far the game has been quite even. RoboDragons seem to have improved a lot since last year. The referee is a bit confused about what is happening. There is still some discussion going on with the referee. I'm not sure what. They're looking at the screen, as you might be able to see, which contains all of the referee information. There might be some confusing things going on. There's some additional discussion. I unfortunately cannot tell you what it is. Unfortunately, robot soccer is not the most exciting sport. There's a lot of rules that are quite important. So, and somewhere there has to be a cutoff. So if 2 robots collide with a lot of velocities, like at some point, yes, both teams are to blame, but sometimes only one team gets the blame. So we should see the penalty for RoboDragons. Ooh, a rough collision by one of the blue robots. That's not very smart. If you're preparing for penalty, you really don't need to crash that much. And they crashed with 3.9 meters per second. Actually, I can see here on my screen. That is quite a lot. And we see that they are allowed to still take the penalty. The penalty is prepared, and oh, they can take the penalty. Ooh, they touched the ball though. Ooh, the referee is not saying anything. They still have 14 seconds, 13 seconds. They should go. Ooh, and they shoot and they score. Not sure if the referee will count the goal. I'm not sure what the referee is saying. Oh, the referee says it's not a goal. That's unfortunate. Now, unfortunately, the RoboDragons will receive a penalty because when they were preparing for their own penalty, they unfortunately made a quite heavy crash. And we will see the penalty now for yellow. And Emerald will take the penalty. Ooh, they're close. The RoboDragons seems to try to fake them out. Oh, and they keep the penalty. Ooh, what a shot. And also what a goalkeeper. Nice play from both teams. Emerald still shoots, but RoboDragons' defense is quite accurate. Ooh, and the ball goes out through one of the robots. And that's the end of the first half as time has elapsed. What a great series of events there. A really nice shot by Emerald. Unfortunately, RoboDragons failed to shoot their penalty. But these teams seem quite well matched up against each other. Some impressive play from both teams. You see all the robot handlers walking on the field with their robots. I'm trying to fix whatever is wrong with them and work on them. I must say, RoboDragons seem to have improved a lot since last year. They seem a lot more stable, and their robots seem a lot better and a lot more accurate. They still have some issues like shooting penalties and sometimes rule compliance, but that's okay. Emeralds is really nice, easy caps. They're easy to take off, as you can see. They're changing all their batteries. It's important that your robots have enough power during the game, and some robots especially might take up a lot of power and might use a lot of power during the game. I hope to see some more nice play of these two teams. They're pretty good and pretty well matched. The winner, of course, goes on in the upper bracket, and the loser goes down in the lower bracket. So there's a lot to play for, because once you end up in the lower bracket, it's quite difficult to get out, since you have to play a lot more teams, you have a lot more matches. Although that is true, the RoboCast also has designed a system in which the lower bracket is there, so that even in the knockout phase, every team gets a lot of games and learns a lot. This event is made for to learn something about robot soccer and to progress our knowledge. So a lot of teams are also publishing their software and telling other teams what they are learning, and sometimes even publishing their findings scientifically. I don't know exactly if this is the case for both of these teams, but I know that they are pretty well matched. Both come from far away. RoboDragons are from Japan and Emerald is from Iran, which is quite impressive. I had to fly all over the world to get here. So already 3.5 minutes have passed. We see some persons from Emerald pushing their robots and making an attempt at putting them down, and they're apparently probably going to switch sides by the looks of it, since they are picking up the robots and putting them down on the other side. He picks up the robots on the bottom and takes them by the hand. All the empty batteries are on the field. They have been replaced. Not every team does this, but some teams do it in order to make sure that the motors have enough voltage. Most of the teams are using lithium polymer batteries. Those drop in voltage, which means your motor performance might get worse over the course of a game if you don't replace them. I do not know how much power the robots of MRO are using, but you might need quite some power during the course of a game. They can take quite long, as you might have seen in some other games. So we should start to see play resuming soon. And yes, we see. Oh, I think there is a problem. Both teams want to play on the same side. That is a bit problematic. The game is halted. And the referee is looking at the game controller to see if he can see what's wrong. The switch side button should have been pressed, and both teams should have switched sides. Unfortunately, still both teams are trying to stay in the same half. So I'm not sure which team is on the wrong side. Unfortunately, we do not have cooperative robot soccer, and they cannot both score the same goal. I think the half will be restarted, and the teams will be asked to sort out the problem. I'm not sure which team is to blame, but we might see that soon. Oh, apparently RoboDragons were on the wrong half. That's not very nice. So we see Emerald taking the kickoff. They look and they immediately try to shoot the goal. That's an aggressive tactic. RoboDragons intercepts the pass back. Quite nice play from them. Ooh, they are right in the spot. Great defense by RoboDragons. We see that they're contesting for the ball, but unfortunately the ball is kicked out by one of the MRL robots, which means RoboDragons gets to place the ball. We'll see some ball placement, hopefully. And ball placement succeeded, I think. No, it did not succeed. I'm not exactly sure what's happening. They're trying to place the ball by passing, it seems, but I'm not sure if that's good enough. Ooh, some interesting things happening. And we see direct free click for blue, which is the robots from RoboDragons. I see some people are commenting on the ball placement. I'm not sure who Ali Reza is, but I think that's probably one of the MRL people from MRL. I like that some competition in the chat. Have some nice trash talk, as they say. There's some discussion about one of MRL's robots. Might still be a yellow card running. I'm not sure what's happening exactly. There's some discussion going on with the referee. The referee is also looking with the game state. Not sure what the problem is. It might be some vision problem. I can show you maybe. Although from vision everything seems fine. I do not see any extra balls or things which are reappearing. There's a bit of noise in the center, as you can see. Calibration at the center is a bit difficult. They might be working on that. Seems they're trying to solve the vision issue still, but I'm not sure. Well, they're also looking at the referee screen, I can see, but not sure what the exactly the problem is and what the arguments are. So the referee calls for stop again. I will switch to the main cameras again. Seems to have been that the problems are fixed. And the game is running again. We will see a free kick soon. Nice kick back. Ooh, Emerald shoots. And they unfortunately kicked out the ball. They just missed the goal. Nice attempt though. Great pass and a nice shot. And we see ball placements by RoboDragons. You see the scoreboard lighting up white. That means that they can put in a robot again once the stop state starts. And we should see ball placement now by MRL, since apparently the other team did not quite manage to. Unfortunately, it's a bit difficult to see for you. It's all the way in the corner, just outside of where the robots are. RoboDragon seems to have be continuously failing to place the ball, unfortunately. Not quite sure why that's the case. And apparently one of robots of MRL was too close to the defense area. So now again RoboDragons get the ball placement. But I'm not quite sure they will place the ball at the right position now. They have had troubles with that all game and all tournament already. And it's ball placement by Moreau again. It seems that they're going back to another spot. And they successfully did the ball placement. Referee calls for stop, which means the robots have to stay away from the ball. We see that they are looking like they are preparing for free kick. RoboDragons has a lot of robots near the ball. This is quite as you would say, quite a wall. Although they're quite tiny, so Emerald could easily chip over them if one of those robots goes towards the left and do what they call what we call 1-2 in Dutch. Sorry for that audio. Sometimes the speakers in this hall are being used and they're quite loud. Nice kick chip by Emerald, but doesn't really need any. Ooh, nice attempted shot. Oh, they get close, but RoboDragons' defense is really solid. Got some nice shots by Emerald though. And keep attacking. RoboDragons very defensive, but they hold up. The robots are like a wall. And a kick from Emerald, but the ball rolls out through the corner, so it should be ball placement by RoboDragons. Let's see if they can do it this time. RoboDragons seems to have adopted the tactic of kicking the ball towards the wall when it's out. We see it trying to dribble now, but I'm not quite sure what's happening. They're placing the ball almost in their goal. That does not seem quite right to me. And that is probably stuck. Some nice attempt at ball placement by Morale, but ooh. RoboDragons seem to be interfering a bit there. Might not be legal. Still ball placement by Emerald, but I think they cannot see the ball or the robot crash because everything is standing still. You can unfortunately not really see it. I will show you the top-down view to see what's going on. You see the robot in the bottom right. You see it. Apparently we are seeing the ball quite correctly, but the robot is just not moving. So the referee places the ball in the field again. So we might see some cases. And a blue kick goes to the RoboDragons. Might be a good chance for them to get from their half. But unfortunately there's ball placement again for Emerald, and they can start the kick. And they kick it away and try to do a play again. And there's ball placement again. During that time Emerald crashed into one of the robots of or RoboDragons crashed into one of the robots of Emerald, which is unfortunate. We see all of the Emerald robots moving back in one line. That is very pretty. Apparently one of the robots was crashed. So there's a yellow card for RoboDragons. The RoboDragons seem to be having a lot of placement with the ball placement position indeed, I think. I think they can just listen to this from the referee channel. I know at least in my team, RoboTeam Twente, we just listen to whatever the referee tells us to place it at. You just get the position from the referee data sent out by the main computer. So it seems they have some problem maybe with communicating with the referee. We see the robots going into the far end, but they're unfortunately unable to kick within the set time frame because they had to move quite a distance. And this is why the referee is coming over again. He's asking the referee to wait for a bit longer after the stop, so that they have time to actually shoot, because now Emerald was barely arriving at the ball before they could shoot. I think that's a fair comment towards the game controller. And a nice chip kick by Emerald. Oh, but unfortunately They are not shooting. So it's ball placement for MRL again. I might be able to see some nice action. I will move to bay for a bit for you. Yeah, some people are commenting that there are some problems with RoboDragons ball placement. It's quite a serious bug. Should not be difficult to fix, I would think. But it seems the coordinate is wrong. At least they do know that they have to do ball placement, and they are quite successful at placing it according to themselves. But if the coordinate is wrong, well, you cannot do much about it. Maybe they have some error in the packing or unpacking of the message. Who knows? We're getting more yellow cards also throughout this half. There's 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, and RoboDragons has only one yellow card left before they get another penalty. Maybe MRL can score this time, and MRL still has 2 yellow cards before they can get the penalty. But that's let's for MRL's sake hope that the RoboDragons does not have to take a penalty against them. Last time RoboDragons failed to take the penalty though, so might not be as advantageous to them. There's a lot of discussion going on at the main referee desk again. I see waving of flags. The flags are for the robot handlers to sign that they can that they want to request a substitution, I think, or a timeout. It says that they're reviewing the material, and we're going to stop again. You see it lighting up. One of the robots should be allowed to go in again. And the referee will manually place the ball. And we see an indirect free kick for MRL. Should see some action soon. So there's the indirect free kick for RoboDragons since MRL failed to take it. But apparently RoboDragons also cannot take it. I think maybe one of the robots may be a bit too close. Not entirely sure. And the game is running apparently. But RoboDragons went away from the ball. And now again, free kick is not being taken. Oh, a robot is tripped over in the middle of the field. That's slipped my edge, but it's been put upright again. We see all the rows moving back. I don't see a keeper for MRL. It might be a bit problematic. Oh no, RoboDragons has requested a timeout, so they're working on something. They might have finally found their ball placement bug, I hope for them. It seems quite a serious bug. Ball placement is quite important for robot soccer because otherwise you don't get free kicks, as you've seen. And the timeout's ended again. We should see a free kick resuming soon. And RoboDragons has the keeper again. So again, we are going to see an indirect free kick from MRL. But they failed to take it. This has happened multiple times already. The referee might get a bit frustrated at this. We could see a 4 start maybe soon, in which we will just switch to the normal play situation where no free kicks are happening. They're watching behind the screen but not entirely sure what's happening. All robots are standing around it, and it looks like there's gonna be a free kick by RoboDragons, and they do kick it finally. That took a while. The ball is being contested by both teams. Nice chip for MRL. Ooh, it rolls in the defense area, but RoboDragons sees that it just rolls out. So we should see ball placement. Since the RoboDragons have failed ball placement so many times, they are not allowed to do ball placement anymore because the game takes too long. So we will see the ball placement from the yellow team. So the referee called out another yellow card for the blue team. I think it's because they interfered placement. And because it's a 6th blue card, it's a penalty for yellow. So we will see another penalty for MRL. Last time the RoboDragons keepers hold the penalty very well. Let's see if this time he can be as efficient. I think there should be a kick soon. Ooh, and MRL can shoot any moment. Ooh, they're close. Will they shoot? And they score! Ooh, nice shot by MRL. Some clapping. RoboDragons was very close to catching the ball, but it's quite difficult to keep a shot like that. And it counts as a goal for MRL. It must be tough for RoboDragons, who had a good game but now are behind. And the RoboDragons call for timeout. They might change something in their robots. You see that during stop stages sometimes humans are being recognized as a ball. The robots drive towards it. Still a timeout for both teams. MRL's robots are interestingly standing in the defense area. Ooh, one of our robots is driving around like crazy. That does not seem right. I'm not sure if it's seen correctly on vision. I can check for a bit. It was awesome. During the timeout, nothing was happening. Although they are looking at their computer and clicking about what's happening. So it seems to be something weird going on with the keeper of MRL. It's driving about a bit. Maybe they're concerned about the health of its robot. So we see a kickoff for the blue robots. And the game is halted by the ref. Apparently the yellow team interfered to kick off. That's not very nice. And the game is stopped again. And the kickoff is again for RoboDragons. And now they do kick off properly. MRL seems to keep the ball. Nice shot. The ball bounces off one of their kickers. And they try to kick the ball away. Ooh, nice attempt by MRL dribbling, but not quite sure what's happening. There's some good contention happening here. MRL's robot was completely ready to receive it, however. That's quite an accomplishment. Ball bouncing away. Some action. Ooh, nice shot, but the RoboDragons robots are in a perfect spot. We see some contention and the RoboDragons bot shoots it away out of the field, I think. No, it was actually kept. Oh, nice shot by RoboDragons. Not sure if that was in goal. It was too fast, I could not see it. The referee is reviewing the material. It might be a goal, not sure. But the auto refs are not saying it was a goal. So I probably think it was just besides the goal. I'm not sure. You might be able to see a replay if you scroll back a bit. Still discussion going on. They're not quite sure if it's a goal. They're reviewing the material. It was very close. But I don't think it was a goal. No, it's ball placement in the corner. So we see play resuming again. MRL's robots are trying to ball place, but they just seem to be kicking against each other. It's in the corner, you cannot really see it, unfortunately. And the ball is being placed over there. Might see a free kick for the RoboDragons as a result. No, it's a direct free kick for the MRL. And they kick forwards, but And a robot substitution for RoboDragons. Oh, nice shot by RoboDragons. Great pass, but nicely blocked. Great pass and then into a kick. That's difficult to do properly, but great shot by RoboDragons. RoboDragons still has some time to make up for. They might still have a good chance of winning this game. The robots all seem to be a bit happy to go near the ball, especially MRL's robots. There's roughly 5 of them in that corner. Seems to me like object avoidance won't really like that. So the ball is being placed in vision now. Maybe you can see by better what's going on like this. They're forming a nice shape, but not much is happening. And the robots seem to be going away. So both teams are allowed to substitution again. We'll have 7 robots for RoboDragons and 8 robots for MRL. Maybe this will give RoboDragons the final chance to push. Or MRL will confirm theirs. RoboDragons still might have a very good chance. Nice shot forwards by MRL, however. There's some discussion again going on at the referee desk. The game is halted again. Not quite sure what exactly is going on. Ball placement, it seems like it has happened, but there is some discussion, especially with the game controller. I see some confused faces and fingers pointing. Not quite sure if everyone knows what's going on. So we see ball placement for MRO again. Ooh, the robot almost tripped over the line. That's not nice. And a yellow gets a free indirect kick. So we should probably see a chip or something of those sorts, but again they fail to shoot the free kick. This has happened a lot of times now. That's unfortunate. And RoboDragons get the free kick again. Maybe they will get the ball forwards again and get another chance of shooting. They chip the ball forwards, but MRL receives the ball. RoboDragons crash against the ball and they try to shoot, but they don't shoot. They miss their chance because they crashed into a robot with another robot. And MRL gets another chance of ball placement, which they receive. Their dribbler seems to be dumping the ball quite a lot when it receives it, which is quite nice and impressive. And they drive their ball in towards another road. Seems to me that MRL is deploying the tactic of holding their own robot in front of the shot during after ball placement right before. Ooh, nice shot by RoboDragons. They seem to be shooting towards the side and then trying some nice reflect kicks. This ball placement by MRL. We see them trying to get it out of the corner by kicking it. But they push it towards the spot. Was that alright? Seems to be roughly in the right spot, but the robots are too close, unfortunately, I think. And the game is halted. Maybe one of the teams is taking it down? Not sure. MRL is definitely looking at their robots. There seems to be something wrong with them. They're counting them. And he's taking one robot out. I'm not quite sure why. They have not received a yellow card. They are even getting a free kick now. But, oh, they kicked the ball too fast. That's unfortunate. Unfortunately, you can only kick the ball at 6.5 meters per second maximum in RoboCup. 6.9 meters per second is slightly above that, but it's too fast. But at high ball speeds, the ball is difficult to see for the camera, and it doesn't encourage fair play, but it encourages just shooting at the goal from large distances, which we don't want. We want nice combination plays, like we've seen from both teams already, actually. RoboDragons with some very nice coordinated attacks, but unfortunately nothing that seems to be quite good enough to actually score. You still have some time though. 1-0 is not a very big margin. And whereas the robots seem to be sometimes having the problem of almost tripping over. Free kick, but ooh, yellow free kick, but it's blocked by MRL, and the robot drives against it. Ooh, another heavy crash by one of the RoboDragons robots, which is why we see ball placement again. No yellow card, however. A nice shot by MRL was blocked by the RoboDragons. The RoboDragons successfully contesting, being very annoying. MRL is blocking the ball, being very annoying. And RoboDragons has received another yellow card, unfortunately. And MRL is taking out the robots by robot. I'm not quite sure why they're doing it. They have only 7 robots in the field at the moment, if I count correctly. They're allowed 8. That's a bit odd. They might seem to have having some problems with the robots. Still a couple of chances for RoboDragons, but the time is counting down. Could be problematic. The game is running again, nice shot, but it's blocked. So we are seeing another ball placement likely, I think. MRL seems to be a bit enthusiastic to pass sometimes. The robots like driving back and forth, it seems. It seems they have a formation that triggers on the distance of the ball, I think. Yes. As soon as the ball goes over the midline, the robots drive backwards, and as soon as it's a bit further, they drive forwards again. And they failed placing the ball. That's unfortunate. We see a lot of teams doing this during the stop stages, making a wall near your own defense area. MRL seems to like having 2 robots actually in the defense area, which is an odd strategy. But this means that if the ball comes towards them, they can just intercept it by being slightly out of the defense area. But it means that they're more centered and better fit to receive balls. Though whilst the robots are inside the defense area, they're not allowed to actually kick the ball. But RoboDragons there's only 10 seconds of official playtime remaining. Play will continue until after the ball's out of play, which happens when the ball rolls out of the field, for example. So there shouldn't be too many big chances anymore for RoboDragons, unless we see a foul for MRL. Well, we see another yellow card for MRL, which means they have to get a robot out, but they already have 7 robots in the field, so they don't have to actually take a robot out. Oh no, I miscounted, they have 8 again. I maybe have missed something. So RoboDragons still has a chance, especially if MRL still has obtains a yellow card, which would be unfortunate. A double touch by the blue robot. It's not allowed that free kicks to touch the ball twice. This is to prevent robots from doing dribbling and other things that are nice tactics, but not according to the rules. We want, as I said earlier, we want team play within the RoboCup. There's only 1 second of official playtime remaining, which means we only should see 1 final attack by the RoboDragons, hopefully. Do you like commentary? Yes. So, RoboDragons seem to be close to taking their final attack. Maybe they can still tie up the game. Well, playtime will still resume, but this is the final chance for the RoboDragons to make things work. We've seen a lot of static situations with failed ball placements for them. Unfortunately, this is not according to plan. I think they seem to be having a bug where their position is of the ball placement is not coming through correctly. There's still some for the umpteenth time this game. There's a lot of discussion at the referee desk. And I think it's about the ball placement position this time. Yes, we see the ball being placed roughly, a bit farther away. And the RoboDragons will still have a chance, but oh no. There's an in-the-way free kick for MRL, so we'll probably not have a chance. And the game is halted. One of the robots of MRL is too close to the defense area. It's an indirect blue for RoboDragons. They might get another chance still. So MRL keeps messing up their free kicks, but nice kick by MRL, and RoboDragons, they chip the ball away again. We see some ball, but the ball's running out, and that should probably be the end of the game. Yes, and people are clapping. Great game, well played by both teams. We're very well matched to each other.
I'm out. Good night.
A lot of people here seem a bit tired after already 2 days of RoboCup. We see a lot of people who have worked hard for the last few days, and people walking away quickly. People shaking hands. It was a good game. I think MRL is manually moving their robots to the other side of the field. We see them moving around. They seem to be sometimes accelerating at weird angles, those MRL robots. They go sideways sometimes. Oh well. Since this was the final game of the day, we'll be stopping the live stream shortly. Thank you for tuning in. And I hope to see you tomorrow again. We have lots of exciting games. We will start with the knockout bracket. We already see this is already one of the upper round knockouts. So the loser of this game, which is RoboDragons, will go into the lower round against into the upper bracket actually, but against another opponent. So we might see more action. We will see more action from both of these teams tomorrow, and we will see a lot of action in the lower rounds and upper rounds. And we will see already quite half finals, but not the grand finals yet. So we will see quite some action. So tune in again tomorrow, and I hope to see you then. I will be stopping this live stream now. Thank you for tuning in, and see you tomorrow.